Okay, welcome back everybody to the Orlando Sentinels second season. Week 14 against division rivals and currently second place in the division, the 6-6 Columbus Explorers. We're heading out to Columbus to take them on to see what this 9-3 Sentinels team under the direction of Coach Shaq Hennessey can do. We heard from Kiefer Byrne in an interview, and he gave Coach Hennessey a lot of credit for sticking with him and giving him encouragement to get out there and play football. And he just had a lot of great things to say about the team in general. So let's go ahead and get this game started and get to the action, which I know you're all waiting for. So am I. This game, I mean, you see the team ratings, they're really close. The overall ratings, I'm not so sure they matter a whole lot. It's more about the individual players, but obviously a little bit better ratings overall, the better the team is in general. I'm going to see if they can get... No, they only got all black. Let's give them all black shoes. It looks a little better than the all the white and black with their outfit. They should have red. I mean, I don't understand that. Good old Madden with their... Should we go blue pants? What pants are they wearing again? The Columbus Explorers. They're wearing black. Let's go blue. I don't want two teams with black pants on. That way they'll stick out a little better. That's why I check that before the game, just to see what it'll look like. You know, I don't want two black pant team, even though they got a red shirt on, looks completely different than ours. Here you can see Coach Shaq Hennessey, his game goals, the game plans that'll show up. You see Aaron Kershaw and how he matches up against their number one defensive back, Jason Skandrick. London Bates and how he matches up against Philip Moorhead. Even though the ratings were vastly different, he still had 90 tackles, which is close to what our man had. And let's just get right to the action. Back deep to receive it. We're going to go slow Super Sim as usual. And Wes McGuire is going to be kicking it off to Darian Lambert deep. Goes towards the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Columbus Explorers are going to start out at their own 25. Here comes Houston Schneider, having a productive year with the touchdowns, but the passing yards are way down. And I thought maybe he got an injury because those are actually less yards than Kiefer Byrne has on the year. But those 22 touchdowns are actually pretty highly ranked in the league. There's Juwan Costin in the backfield. They fake the handoff and sling it out to... I'm trying to get the number 83, Gilbert Godfrey, the leading receiver on this team with a 96 catch and an excellent route runner. And there's a handoff up the middle. He slips by Sheldon Bates and is tackled by, looks like Denario Blanton. You see the line, Bradford, Ellis, Heron, Wooden, and Johnson. As specialists, Godfrey, Dunn, Costin, Ellis, and Chansey. You see Sharp and Chansey back on shotgun. Fires over the middle. He has a man wide open. He picks up the first down and a lot more. It's number 89, Vondre Chansey. And another thing with him, the stats are misleading. He's not anywhere near the tops of the league in yardage. But he is one of the best receivers in the league because he has 9 touchdowns on the 9 passing touchdown receptions. So that's puts him way up there. I'm trying to look. That's number 2 in the league. So a lot of production past the midfield, and it's intercepted. He's got lanes down the field, one man to beat. Can he beat the quarterback? No, that's the running back. It's LaMarcus Blades, the free safety for the Sentinels, with his 4th interception of the season. Back to the house. Immediate points on the board for the Sentinels. He just jumped that route, misfired on the throw from Schneider. And that has been a problem for Houston. Throwing the ball away. That's his 10th interception on the season and a costly one. Looks like he's going for Vondre Chansey. But those, getting back to Schneider, he is ranked 30th in the league in passing yards and 9th in passing touchdowns. McGuire up for the PAT. It is good, and that's a lightning quick 7 points on the board for the Sentinels. So things starting out their way as they come into the Explorers' home and take one to the house on defense. Conversely, Byrne is now up to 26th in the league in passing yards, and he missed a couple of games, but he's dead last in passing touchdowns. There's another touchback on that kickoff from McGuire. Lambert can't take that one out. And starting off from the 25 again, here comes Schneider, going to look to get off the Schneid. Don't you see the wild card hunt in the playoff picture? All those teams, Huskies, we play them. The Explorers, we're playing them right now. And he throws it over the middle, incomplete. Schneider has a very strong arm, fairly accurate as well. You see Madsen, Bates, Cleveland, and Hunt up front. Blanton, Bates, and Baber, the linebacking core. And in the secondary, Kershaw, Youngblood, Blades, and Wyrick. Blades making the highlight reel already in this game. 2nd and 10. Back to pass, has time, here comes the rush. He avoids it, slings it out to the open receiver, number 86, Chester Ellis, his blocking tight end, but does have soft hands for a blocking tight end. And there's a pass out to the flat to, once again, Ellis, and that's not going to get him much. It is 4th and 6th, and they're going to have to punt it away. This is Robert McAdams, who bobbles the snap but manages to get it away. Kerr is back to field. He's going to wave for a fair catch. And I say that emphatically because that's probably maybe the 3rd time in his career he's waved for a fair catch. You see the numbers for Byrne. Started out rocky, but he's rebounded a great deal the last 2 games, putting over 300 yards and positive on the touchdown to interception ratio. Byrne was very excited, sound thrilled in his interview, and this is their first drive on offense. They are in I formation, and he's going to pass it out, try a little trickery here to Perry Wood, but that is not going to fool anyone. And number 40, Jason Scandrick, was there to make that play for a loss. This Explorers defense is a bit of an enigma. They give up a ton of yards, but not a lot of points. They are 23rd in total defense, but 10th in points allowed. They are 29th in pass defense, but 1st in sacks by a large margin. 44 team sacks. Burns out in the flat. That's Dalton Triplett, who tries to get away from a tackle. Will pick up a few on that reception. Radovich, Holloman, Crockett, Spriggs, and Beatles, the linemen. Wood, Kerr, Triplett, Spellman, and White are the specialists. So a long 3rd and 12 for Dalton Triplett after the 2-yard reception. Moorhead in on that tackle. And Byrne has all kinds of times. He won't get away from the rush. Number 94, the man on a mission, Denario Swiney, who extends his lead for sacks. He had 12.5 coming into this game, and now he's got 13.5, which puts him in 1st place solely. And he's a monster that our offensive coordinator was worried about. You saw him talk to Shaq Hennessey about it. What are you going to do? Try to slow him down? Well, there was no slowing him down there. Spencer Parsons going to punt it away at the goal line, and there's a mishandled snap, but Parsons recovers and gets a big punt away. The wind aids it and blows it back into the end zone. That traveled nearly 90 yards in the air thanks to the wind. What a punt. Here comes Schneider again. The defense was able to hold up. They start out at the 20 after that long touchback punt. That was amazing. And there's a handoff to Costin up the middle. He's got a little bit of room, but it closes quickly as Blanton takes him down. Speaking of Costin, he is the 1st in Rookie of the Year rating. And there's a pass to a wide-open receiver. Number 81 is Emmanuel Sharp, a speedy receiver, their number 2 man. So that's a first down for this offense to get things cracking. Marquis Wyrick in on the stop. And Schneider slings it out. He avoids the first tackler. That's Aaron Kershaw. And Blanton able to pick up the tackle just short of a first down. 2 yards to go. Nice play. And they hand off up the middle, and a diving tackle by Vernon Hunt is not going to stop him for a first down. That is the power running back Taylor Dunn checking in. And they do like to mix up the backfield a bit here and share snacks. And a widely inaccurate pass falls incomplete to the turf for second down. Schneider is 6th in the league for the Offensive Player of the Year voting, so that gives you an idea of the season he's having, but he misses his man there over the middle. And that is 3rd and 10. Swiney is 1st in Defensive Player of the Year, and his fellow teammate, and there's a reception for Chester Ellis for a first down. Philip Moorhead is 2nd in the league in Defensive Player of the Year voting. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. Quarterback of the Year, Schneider is 5th. And Vondre Chansey, who we spoke about earlier, is 5th in Wide Receiver of the Year rating. So that 9 touchdowns, ranking him very highly because his yardage doesn't even fall anywhere within the top 10. They fake the handoff on a play action. Here comes the rush. He's got blocking. He heaves it deep downfield in the end zone. And a leaping catch for a touchdown. Is that Vondre Chansey? It is his 10th receiving touchdown of the year. That's going to push him up closer to the first place ranking. And he just torched this defense. Blanton couldn't stay with him. And late to the party was Blades, number 42, who tackles him in the end zone. But what a play. The pass rush, had it gotten there on time, might have affected it, but he picked up a great block from his tackle. And here comes Riley Tracy in to kick the extra point. It is up and good, and we got a tie ball game. So some explosive plays on offense and defense for both teams. And how will the Sentinels recover? Boy, that is a crushing play to let up just like that. But that has been an issue for this pass rush of the Sentinels defense, just not able to get home. And sometimes the back end just can't hold on to it. It's the one Achilles heel. Here comes Kerr, fields it at the 5, takes it upfield. That's number 43 on the tackle, Vince Burgess, the backup strong safety, making a nice special team stop there to set up the Sentinels at the 26-yard line. So their first offensive drive did not look very good. They actually lost yardage, and they'll be looking to turn that around in a hurry. Vernon shotgun flanked by Triplett. He slings it out to the left, and backing up is Parrish McCarthy before he turns upfield for Q. We're going to see Parrish McCarthy, and we're going to see probably Aaron Posey. Got Wood, Gibson, Woods, and Everett up front. Swiney, Moorhead, and Childress, the linebackers. And in the secondary, Scandrick, Windsor, Wright, and Murdoch. Now, this defense is kind of scattered. They're a little weak up the middle with the defensive tackles and middle linebackers, but their edge rushers, their outside linebackers are dynamite. And there's a pass over the middle caught by Mark Spellman for close to, let's see, got about a 6-yard gain on that one. And shotgun again. Byrne drops back pass. Here comes the rush. He gets picked up, and he hits his man over the middle. And looks like Parrish McCarthy once more. Because Chris Bradley's injury, unfortunately, he's going to miss the rest of the season, but he should be able to come back for the playoffs should the Sentinels make it. So Parrish McCarthy has stepped up into that number 3 role. Aaron Posey, a practice squad receiver, has moved up to 4th on the depth chart. So we'll see those names contributing several times. We've seen it in the past games. So that's a first down, gets him closer to the midfield. And there's Triplett up the middle, gets a little bit of room, but then runs into traffic. Looks like 43, Vince Burgess in on the tackle. You see his numbers from last week. Not quite 100 yards, but he did have that touchdown. It's just an all-around great performance for this team. And Triplett will pick up 3 on that carry. The Sentinels offense looking to get things done here. Byrne fires it out to the left side, and that is Perry Wood, who can't hold on with number 24, Jamal Malone, in coverage, and normally Perry Wood will come away with those. 3rd and 7, dropping back pass, has time over the middle, and that's batted away. Mark Spellman cannot hold on to it. Great coverage there by Jason Scandrick, who is an amazing zone cover corner. Not the fastest corner in the league, but you see him hanging tough with the tight end and making a great play. So Parsons is going to punt it away from the 49 in Sentinels territory. There's another bobbled snap, and this one's going to be blocked. It looks like number 31 blocked it. That is Terrell Wright, the starting free safety. And it was recovered by the Sentinels, but that's still going to give the Explorers plenty of good field position. And the long snapper position is something that Coach Shaq Hennessey is going to be looking at to address this offseason, because it has been a mess. And we've seen a lot of bobbled snaps and a lot of bobbled holds, leading to misses and miscues on punts. And Spencer Parsons is a good punter, and you've got to think he'd get away a bomb if he would have had the time on a clean snap. So starting from the 31, there's a handoff up the middle to Costin, and he's going to scamper for 7 yards straight up the middle. Talented, speedy rookie with elusiveness. And he's going to get a carry off left side and met immediately in the backfield by number 52, London Bates. We haven't been calling his name as much this year. He's taken a bit of a step back from last year, but still a very productive player. And there's another handoff off left side. He's got the corner and turns upfield. Costin picks up the first down. This defense going to be looking for a stop after picking off the pass and taking it to the house for points. They let up a long bomb to Vondre Chancey, and Schneider just stood back in the pocket with all day to throw it and just chucked it deep. And Chancey found the weak spot in the coverage and leapt in the back of the end zone to make a touchdown reception. So Columbus is threatening to score again inside the red zone. Schneider with time. Over the middle, and that's caught for a first down. Number 83, Gilbert Godfrey.
What? I don't know. What? Recently?
That's my Gilbert Godfrey. I gotta do that at least once per game that his name is called, right? 96 catching for Gilbert. And he is an amazing route runner, and you can see it there. He gets himself open in the zone at first and goal line at the 4 in jumbo I formation. There's the handoff off right side. That is the power back, Taylor Dunn. Plows his way forward for a gain of 2. And there's another handoff up the middle, met in the backfield by a blitzing LaMarcus Blades, and that is what is so amazing about him. He plays like an extra linebacker and a center fielder in coverage. Just an all-around great player. That's probably why he is rated as highly as he is. He is 7th in the league in interceptions. That might go up because he got his 4th one. And in Defensive Player of the Year ratings, Defensive Back of the Year ratings, he's 7th. And there is a touchdown for the Columbus Explorers. Doesn't give me an update. They got on the board with a toss pass, just chuck it up in the air, put it on the top shelf, and Ellis came down with it. Number 56 for the defense. I believe that's Artavius Baber, could not stay with him. That was Sean Stewart on the pass rush. They bring him in on pass rushing downs. And the extra point is up and good from Riley Tracy. So that's a 14-7 lead now. It didn't look like that was going to happen the way this game started, but this defense has not answered the call since that first splash play for a pick 6. And with just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, Columbus is up by 7. Tracy to kick it off. Kerr fields it at about the 6. He takes it up the middle, and he's going to be met by a wall of defenders. Tackled down at the 29, and that's where the Sentinels are going to set up shop and try to get this offense in motion. Speaking of the offense, the Explorers' offense is 30th in the league, but 13th in the league at putting up points at 25 points a game. Nope, I'm sorry, that is... That's not our offense. Up the middle, off right side now, is Triplett going upfield for a short gain of 3. The Sentinels' offense is actually 6th in the league. That's up 6 ranking points from last week. There's another handoff, and Triplett trying to weave his way through all the traffic. Doesn't get much, if anything. Give him a gain of 2. Empty backfield now for Keeper Byrne. And they are 20th in points per game at 23.8. And deep over the middle, and that's brought in by Donnell White, number 87, his first catch of the game. Their passing offense, which has really taken a back seat, is 20th in the league, but that's up 5 places from last week due to the breakout performance of Keeper Byrne. Their rushing defense is first, or rushing offense is first in the league at 1,557 yards, but passing touchdowns 12 is 31st in the league. And the rushing touchdowns are 6th in the league. Byrne back to pass. He's got time. And that's Spellman. Catches it over the middle and goes upfield for a big gain. And those are some plays we're getting used to seeing from this young rookie tight end. 6'6", 240 pounds, a former wide receiver, hybrid tight end in college. Hennessey couldn't wait to get his hands on this guy and get him in camp. He said this guy is going to be a beast at the tight end position. He said he's not quite fast enough to be a breakout wide receiver. He could probably be a decent one with that size, but doesn't have that breakaway speed. But at tight end, he is a complete mismatch. And there's a hand. Nope, fakes a handoff. Here comes the rush. He can't get away. And that is, I'm going to try to see, that's Peters. For the defense, not fooled at all on the play fake. Bradley Peters, the middle linebacker, and he was not faked at all. And he also had some help. Luke Gibson was also coming in from the D-tackle position. So things not working out here for the Sentinels offense. It's been a grind. 2nd and 20 now. That's a huge loss. And there's a handoff off left side, and there with a sea of defenders, but led by number 24. That is Jamal Malone, the slot corner, not biting on the run play. And he read it perfectly, crashed down, and had he missed, he had some help. So a loss of 2 on that carry. Still at midfield, Byrne setting up a screen. It's complete to Triplett, but he's going to not be able to get away from any of the defenders. Number 91, Luke Gibson, did not get fooled by the play action at all. Stayed home and caught Triplett dead to rights for a loss of 3. You see the linemen go downfield, but they weren't able to pick up Peters, or Gibson, excuse me. Give credit to this Explorers defense, which is ranked 23rd in the league. But as I said, they only give up 10. They're 10th in the league in points allowed, and they've only let up 7 so far. Their pass defense is pretty bad at 29th overall, but as I said once before, they are 1st in the league in sacks, and they are 2nd in the league in interceptions, and they also are 2nd in the league in forced fumbles. So that is how this defense gets it done. They let up a lot of yards, but they get a lot of turnovers. Schneider back to pass over the middle, and he is wildly inaccurate. That pass falls incomplete. This Sentinels defense is ranked number 3 overall, but that is from the number 1 pass defense. He tries to set up a screen. This is caught by Costin out of the backfield. He's got some blocking downfield. Makes a man miss. Spins, makes another man miss. Gets it out to the 35 on a huge gain on the screen pass. And that is the danger of the rookie Costin. You get him in space, and he's got the moves, just like Dalton Triplett. He's got some great wipeout blocking downfield. And luckily, looks like Nate Youngberg was finally able to get there. And this Explorers offense is just operating like a well-oiled machine so far. and shotgun delayed handoff off left side, and Costin's got a bit of room. Looks like maybe 4 or 5 on the carry. Give him 5. So Costin having a good game in the air and on the ground so far. And this Sentinels defense is looking for some answer. There we go. I want to get it right. Sean Stewart. I like to call him Shannon Stewart, the baseball player. But I think the Twins a long time ago. And Sean Stewart was there to hold the edge and bring him down for a loss in the backfield. Sean Stewart and Artavius Baber will swap out some snaps on defense. And 3rd and 7 now for the Explorers. Schneider gets the snap, fires it out quick, and he's got a completion to number 89. I believe that's Vondre Chansey. It is. So that'll go for a 1st down, and the drive continues. This Explorers defense looking for an answer in the 2nd quarter. They didn't have it in the 1st, but my goodness, they don't get a stop here. Things could get ugly real quick. Last season, when these two teams played, the Explorers found a way to bottle up Dalton Triplett. And there's a handoff right up the middle. And it's going to be a decent gain. Oh, that's done with the carry up the middle. And he is pulling up lane, grabbing his hip after a big hit on the run and get gain of 5. So I'm trying to fight for extra yards, and he is walking off the field, limping. Looks like a leg injury to some extent. Could be favoring the ankle, hard to tell, but hopefully he's okay. So that means we might see Darian Lambert checking into the backfield for some snaps. Schneider has some time. He gets it out to his receiver, Chansey again. But all over it is Nate Youngblood to wipe it away for a minimal gain. This Sentinels defense has been known to have trouble against the run. They are dead last defending the run, but they are tied for 2nd with these Explorers with interceptions for 11. And they've only forced 3 fumbles this year, which is really low. And 3rd and 6. He's got time over the middle, nearly picked off. Nate Youngblood had his hands on it, but able to bat that pass away, and this drive is going to stall out, and that's exactly what these Explorers need to get things going here in the 2nd quarter. Going to try to get a long field goal off with Riley Tracy. He does have a strong leg. The kick is up. It has... Oh! Just falls short. It looked like he had a chance. That is a 60-yard field goal attempt, and he nearly nailed it. He's made... I'm going to check my numbers here, because I do have numbers on this. He has made... Well, he's tied for 10th for the most accurate. He's at 88% field goal. And the longest kick in the league so far is 57 yards, but that wasn't by Tracy. So the Sentinels now going to start out at midfield with the football. And they hand off to Triplett up the middle. He's got some room, tries to make a wall of defenders miss, but he's not going to fake out all of them. And that's a good gain of 9 yards on the 1st carry. Triplett looking to add to his league-leading rushing total, and he gets some room off right side, cuts it back up the middle, and gets even more room. So Dalton Triplett's starting to get things going. The best running back in the league. He's number 1 in the running back of the year voting. Offensive player of the year, he's number 2. And they're going to lean on him heavily. Kiefer Burns been taking a beating behind this offensive line, but partially his doing. There's a play-action fake. He gets it away, and that's hauled in. It looks like number 88. That is the backup tight end, Terrence Durham, on that reception. A converted fullback. And there's a handoff up the middle. He cuts it off right side, but met by the defender, number 91, stopped in his tracks. And that's a great play by number 91, Luke Gibson. Inside the red zone, Burden drops back. He slings it out short to Mark Spellman, but he can't get anything upfield, and it's 3rd and 9. Burden back to pass, has time, and he's just going to throw this one away. He didn't see anything he liked. And rather than risk a turnover or force something or a sack, he throws it away, and this is a development for him because we have not seen him do that this much this season. So Wes McGuire is going to try to pull this lead within 3 points. The kick is up. It is good. It is now a 4-point lead because I can't do math for the Columbus Explorers. So they draw within 4 thanks to this drive resulting in points, but you got to think they would have looking for a touchdown there. Now, who is it? Wes McGuire to kick it back. And Lambert will field it at his 6, and he turns upfield and met right at the 27-yard line by number 47. I think that is Lennox Steven. Nope, it's Andrew Stringer. I got my backup safeties confused. So number 47, Andrew Stringer with a great special teams play. Here comes Schneider, who has a long bomb touchdown and a short dump over the middle for 2 passing touchdowns and a lot of yards so far this game. His passing offense getting destroyed once more. He's got all day to throw this football. Here comes the rush in. Finally gets home. Houston Madsen with his 5th sack of the season. And speaking of Madsen, he is 3rd in Defensive Rookie of the Year voting. And he also is moving up the charts. He's pushing to getting into the top 10 in sacks with number 5. The leaders on this team are Vernon Hunt and Sheldon Bates with 6 apiece. But I guess Schneider was trying for another deep bomb in the end zone and just didn't have enough time. Finally, Madsen got through. 2nd and 18. Schneider back to pass. Here comes a blitz, and he gets it away. Aaron Kershaw on the tackle, number 81. Trying to find out who that is on my roster. Emmanuel Sharp, the number 2 receiver on that reception. And he's going deep over the middle again. He's got his man. That's Ellis, the tight end, finding some room deep over the middle. And he's got 200 yards nearly on the game so far. The Sentinels' poorest pass defense. Well, actually, no, they are actually very good on pass defense. It's the run defense that's normally terrible, but that might change after this game. Schneider is just carving them up. 1st and 10, nearing midfield at the 46. He drops back again and has time, fires it out to the left side. And that looks like Ellis once more. Nope. Kevin Dunn, the 2nd tight end. And those tight ends are more blocking tight ends. Over the middle again. That's Ellis for a 1st down. I said Ellis, a solid veteran blocking tight end, but is also showing up in the passing game, and that's Costin, who won't get much on that carry. Give him no gain as he's met by 3 tacklers led by Denario Blanton. And another pass right over the middle. That's number 89, Vondre Chancey. Give him 7 yards on that game. There you see the numbers for Schneider. Over 200 yards already, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Gotta think this defense would love another pick right now. Easy money when you can throw it to talented receivers like this. So they don't have the fastest wide receiving core in the world, but they all are great route runners with great hands. And they fake the handoff, play action, and they're going to pass it out to Costin, who spins away from the tackle, but Blades is able to hold on and bring him down for a 4th down play now. Now they tried a 60-yard field goal earlier. Will they try another long field goal attempt here? And Hennessey gets a front row seat to that play. We saw Hennessey in year 1, maybe possibly accidentally stepping onto the field last year. This will be looks like a 51-yard field goal attempt. This kick is up. It has the distance, and it is good. It is back to a 7-point lead for the Explorers. Tracy adding to his Kicker of the Year award. I'm going to look at the numbers. He is 10th right now for Kicker of the Year. Nope, he's 2nd. I can't read. can't read my own writing. So this Explorers defense, who lives by the bend but don't break, give up yards but get the turnovers. Their defense, linebackers of the year, Swiney is number 1, Moorhead is number 2. Defensive player of the year, Swiney number 1, Moorhead number 2. So you can see where their strength is. Byrne is back to pass on first down and checks it down to Triplett, who makes the first man miss and picks up about 6 on that pass play. And there's a fake handoff and immediately into the arms of, guess who? Number 94, Denario Swiney with his he got his 13th and a half. That's his 14th and a half sack now. So the man that the offensive coordinator said to watch out for is destroying Kiefer Byrne in the backfield. C.J. Radovich, the left tackle, had no chance, and neither did Byrne. That's not on him for holding on to the ball too long. He just didn't have time. 3rd and 10 now. Empty backfield with Trips bunched to the right, and Byrne's going to check it down over the middle to Triplett, who spins away and rolls forward, but not going to be enough for a first down. That is a gain of 8. A first down saving tackle by number 43, Vince Burgess, and we've been calling his name quite a few times. Just got a nose for the football. Some guys just do. This talented offense with Houston Schneider as 6th as Offensive Player of the Year. They got the number 1 man in Julius Costin as the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Their starting running back, Schneider, 5th in the voting for Quarterback of the Year. Chansey, number 5 for Wide Receiver of the Year. And their left guard, Ellis, number 2 in the league. Not Chester Ellis, the tight end, but Randy Ellis, the left guard. And they're going to start at their own 12. Schneider back to pass, has some time, and fires it out to number 84. That is the number 2 tight end, Kevin Dunn. Second and inches now. And there's a low snap, but recovered well. And there goes Costin, accelerating past the line of scrimmage and picking up a good gain on that carry. That's a first down. Some good blocking up front. He just followed his blockers until the blocks got set, and then he turned on the Jets. That's exactly how you do it. Slow through and fast out. Single back set, he fakes it, here comes a rush, but it gets picked up and deep downfield, and a leaping catch by number 83, Gilbert Godfrey with a leaping catch. He had a defender draped all over him. We're not going to see a replay of that. But what an amazing catch. Houston Schneider just slinging it deep, and there's a draw play up the middle with Costin weaving his way around, and there's a penalty, a rare penalty. A face mask at the end of the play, and somebody just lost composure. That is LaMarcus Blades, and that's a rare play by him. And the Explorers are going to be first down at the 13-yard line inside the red zone after the big play and the penalty. So the 5-game winning streak could be at risk here as the 2-minute warning winds down over the middle. And a pop by the linebacker, but number 83, Gilbert Godfrey, holds on to the reception for a 6-yard gain. Schneider back to pass again, has all kinds of time. Here comes the rush. That's number 91, Kent Kendall, the rookie defensive tackle who shares time with Steve Cleveland. Kendall comes in more on the pass rushing downs, and you can see why right here. He might have a promising future alongside Sheldon Bates in the middle of this defense. Some good coverage. And you see Schneider's looking for something and holds on to it a bit too long. Kendall able to capitalize. 3rd and 10 now with a single back and 3 tight ends on the field. He's got some time. Here comes the rush. He escapes it, and Houston Madsen beats a block and gets his 2nd sack of the game. So that now ties him in a three-way lead for the sacks on this team, and Tracy is going to try a short field goal here. He made a 51-yarder, so this one should be automatic. And it is. It is now a 10-point lead for the Explorers with less than a minute to go in the half. Orlando has 2 timeouts left. So we've got to see if they can come up with some lightning in the bottle here. We've seen them be able to explode in the passing game and the running game. So we're just going to see how they try to attack things. As Kerr fields it, doesn't feel it at all. It goes out of the back of the end zone. It shows you how strong Riley Tracy's leg is. So Hennessey shouting some words of encouragement to his quarterback, who has been under some duress from Denario Swiney. You can't stop the sack daddy. By far and away now got the lead in sacks with 14.5. 2 of those coming today. And you gotta imagine he's pinning his ears back. And they're going to draw play up the middle to catch him sleeping. And Triplett able to pick up, it looks like 6 or 7 on that carry. They call a timeout. It's maybe to get the defense sleeping. If they're looking for a pass rush, you call a draw play up the middle. Here comes Bird. He spins and gets it out to Spellman, who picks up a first down and tries to fight forward for more yardage. You can't quite get it. They're going hurry up. Not much time left as they're near midfield. Bird fires it out to the left side and incomplete. That'll stop the clock. They do have a timeout left, so 2 deep passes might be able to get it done. 2nd and 10, has time, over the middle and incomplete. He did have some rush coming up the middle though, so maybe he didn't have time to set his feet like he might have wanted to. 3rd and 10 now, 22 seconds left and a timeout. Turn to pass, and he checks it out to Spellman, who turns upfield. Fights his way forward, but not going to get enough for a first down. The Explorers take a timeout. They're going to force the Sentinels to give them the ball back on a punt. See if they can make something happen. Parsons fields it cleanly. Punts it away and angles it out of bounds at the 23-yard line. I think with 11 seconds left, they'll just be looking to run this clock out. And they do. They hand it off up the middle. Costin tries to weave his way through, but Bates is there to make the tackle. That'd be London Bates. There's several Bates on this team. They have 3 Bates. Marion, the backup linebacker. Sheldon, the D-tackle. And London, the middle linebacker. You see Hennessey not looking too pleased as his team is down by 10 at the half. And you can see how it's getting done. 235 yards through the air despite the turnover. And let's take a look at the action around the league. We're going to go to London, and the Black Knights and Panthers end in a tie. Both teams are 8-4-1. How about that? And up in Detroit, it's the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions tied at 23 apiece. Both quarterbacks with 2 touchdowns. And you can see some of the other actions. The Conquistadors and Voyagers are the late game on Monday. And the Conquistadors currently the winningest team in the league. They'll be looking to extend that. And you see what's going on. That was the first big play of the game. LaMarcus Blades picks off the pass and takes it to the house for a touchdown. The only touchdown of the game so far for the Sentinels. McGuire would add 3 on a field goal. But this offense has kind of been sputtering. Kerr fields it at the 9 and cuts up field and going to return it out to the 34. So decent starting field position for the Sentinels. And they're going to look to see to make if they make some halftime adjustments here, because things just haven't been going right. Can't really put any finger on one thing other than just it's the overwhelming pass rush of this Explorers team, and they're showing why they're number 1 in the league with those 44 sacks. That pass rush is relentless. And they hand off to Triplett up the middle. On a draw play, he drops the ball. That is a rare fumble for Dalton Triplett. We're going to have to take a look at that one. He does not turn the ball over very often. He gets the handoff up the middle. He goes down. He's going to be down by contact. That came out after he rolled over, so that's going to get overturned. But that's one other thing this team does well is cause turnovers. see the offense taking the field. They're going to say, yeah, that was a fumble. Yeah, we got it. But I think under review, this one's not going to hold up. And here it comes. Here comes the review. The officials are going to take a look at this one. And I think you can see it. Yeah, he's definitely... Does that ball come loose before he goes down? No, his elbow, his knee's down before that ball comes out, in my opinion. I may be a little bit biased, but that does not look like a fumble to me. And that call is overturned, and they're going to call it a gain of 4 yards for Dalton Triplett on that carry. That did not look like a fumble to me. Byrne puts his man in motion, and they fake the jet sweep, and up the middle is Triplett juking and jiving, trying to make a man miss. Almost has enough for a first down. 3rd and inches now. They're going heavy package up front. And they hand it off up the middle, and weaving his way through is Triplett for the first down and more. Close to the 50-yard line for the Sentinels. You see he's been held in check. He hasn't broken a big one up yet. He's been stopped in the backfield a couple times. This defense, although on paper, as we said, not very good. But number 2 against the run, and you can see there, Triplett is a talented runner. Not many teams able to hold him in check, but this Explorers team did it last year and this season as well. There's a handoff to McHell, and he doesn't get Tyson Kerr, and he gets nowhere. I even knew that was Kerr, but McHell came out of my mouth. 2nd and 10, and there's another handoff up the middle. This is Triplett. He's got blocking downfield. He's going to pick up 8 on that carry. So 50 yards on the game. A tackle made by Philip Moorhead, one of the best linebackers in the game right now. Byrne has time. And, drops the first down catch. That was Parrish McCarthy who could not hold on, and that is a huge catch that you have to make if you're going to be in this league. That was a sure first down. It hit him right in the hands. And the pop there from looks like 24, Jamal Malone knocked it away. And yeah, you see it right there. Looks like Houston Madsen's like, oh man. And Bates is like, we just got to shake it off and play some D. Maybe get a pick off or a turnover for our defense. Parsons going to get that snap. And shanks off the side of his foot. Goes out about at the 24-yard line. He's having some trouble maybe with this. Seems to be a big wind in the game today. You saw it affect one of his punts that traveled 100 yards in the air. You see the Sentinels defense also getting home on the pass rush. That's something that is awakening late in the season because earlier on it wasn't happening, and Shaq Hennessey tried all different kinds of things. They went from the 3-4 now to a 4-3 base. There's a handoff up the middle. Meeting them in the backfield are the 2 defensive ends, Vernon Hunt and Houston Madsen, for no gain. Carry off the right side's got some blocking. Shedding the block is Madsen, and he's going to make a stop right there for no loss of 2. So Madsen showing he can play the run and the pass. He'd been holding up well against the run earlier in the season, and it's just recently, I'd say within the last 4 or 5 games, because he's gotten at least 1 sack in each of them. Today he's got 2. And so the pass rush finally starting to get there, and that's what they were hoping out of him as a replacement for Tanner Malone. And with a bunch of time, he fires incomplete over the middle, and that's going to do it. A rare stop-them defense today, at least, for the Sentinels defense against the Explorers offense. And I'm not sure exactly which receiver he was aiming for. He had a couple of targets, but that pass was nowhere near any of them. Here comes Robert McAdams, who hasn't called his name a lot. Gets off a big punt, fielded by Kerr, and the first man in is going to get him down. It's number 26, Brian Underwood, special teams defensive back. See Tyson Kerr, 1 carry, no yards. We'll be looking to expand on that if he gets any more carries this game. So we're in the 3rd quarter now.
Ready! 30 days.
Almost 4 minutes off the clock, and the Orlando Sentinels are looking for their first offensive touchdown. Byrne fakes the pass and goes deep over the middle, hauled in. I'm going to guess that's Scary Perry, and it sure is. Makes catches like that easy. just snagged it out of the air in traffic for a gain of 23, and that's something they're going to need. He just makes it look so easy. I mean, he's got a defender right there. He knows he's going to get hit, and he just doesn't care. That big 6'4" frame of his, able to hold on through the traffic. And they're past midfield now. And there's a handoff to triple it off left side and stopped immediately in the backfield. My goodness, number 91, Luke Gibson, getting some penetration. This offensive line is not holding up in the ground game. Just fired through the gap and made a play. It looks like Crockett, the center, not able to make the block. 2nd and 11. Byrne back to pass, has time. Here comes the Russian. Gets drilled by number 98, Randall Everett, his first sack of the game. And you can see 3 sacks on the game so far for the Explorers, and you got to think there's more coming. And again, Byrne has had some time, has had some trouble getting rid of the ball quick, but that's not on him either. He's just not getting the kind of time he needs to be successful. 3rd and a long 17. Defense pinning their ears back. Byrne back to pass. Has some time. Gets rid of it. And a leaping. Oh, he drops it. Spellman initially looked like he had the leaping catch for a first down. And as he falls to the ground, the ball is batted away. You can see who had the coverage because it was excellent. Number 31, Terrell Wright, the starting free safety. And Parsons is going to get another punt. He hasn't had a very good day of it. The wind affecting his punts. Shanking a couple. That one's going to go way out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And also had one blocked off of a bobbled snap. Houston Schneider putting on a clinic today. Hasn't put up big number games, but he's so far nearly 300 yards just in the 3rd quarter alone. Well, not be amazing, 300 yards in 1 quarter. And that is a pass out to the right side for 7 yards to Emmanuel Sharp. There's a handoff up the middle and stop just before the first down marker. It looks like Houston Madsen stopped Costin, 3rd and inches. Back to pass. Has time. Here comes a rush and gets it out to the flat. It's number 83, Gilbert Godfrey, for a first down. And this defense is going to have to make something happen if the Sentinels are going to have any chance of coming back. Marquis Wyrick able to make the tackle. But Schneider is just in a great rhythm. His offensive line is giving him all kinds of protection for the most part. There's a little bit of trickery there, but Vernon Hunt and Marquis Wyrick are there to stop that play for only a gain of 1. Pass hauled in by Vondre Chancey. Like they were trying to fake the handoff and do a quick hitter, but nothing to it.
Go now. 10 logo.
2nd and 9 from the 49 in Explorers territory. And they go for a short pass again. This one's got all kinds of room up front, though. And a good gain from Emmanuel Sharp on the 2nd down pass. It picks up the first down. They are now in Sentinels territory. Here comes a handoff off right side, and pushing forward is Juwan Costa. I'm calling him Julius. His name is Juwan Costa. And he'll pick up 6 yards on that carry. And they go back to him again up the middle. He's got some blocking downfield. That's actually the backup Darian Lambert, who's filling in for Taylor Dunn, who checked out earlier with a leg injury. We have not heard an update, but he will not be returning to this game. So nice first down carry by the special teams ace, return man. Put on a little spin move to get him some extra yards, Darian Lambert. And they go to the well once more. And he's got some blocking downfield and picks up a first down. Juwan Costin. We're seeing why he is Offensive Rookie of the Year candidate. With runs like that. His offensive line just getting out in front, taking care of business. And let him run free. They're inside the red zone now. 11 yards to go for a touchdown. Schneider has time, and out to the tight end, number 86, Chester Ellis, down to the 2. And they can pick up a first down before the touchdown. And that pass completion puts Schneider over to the 300-yard mark. And we still have another quarter of football to play. Just making the best with all of his targets. Ellis, again, no more as a run blocker, but he is a weapon that they are utilizing today. 2nd and 1. And there is a delayed handoff and met in the backfield by Denario Blanton for a big loss of 4 yards. He was coming strong on the run blitz, reading run all the way, and it certainly was. Sheldon Bates, number 95, was also there. Number 62 is not able to make the block. That's number 62, the right tackle Travis Johnson. Schneider comes in to pass again, drops back, scrambles back. Here comes the pass rush. It's Vernon Hunt, chases him down and brings him down for the 15th sack. And his 7th of the season, and he now has the lead in sacks for this Sentinels defense. They were waiting for him to emerge, and it seems to be all happening at the same time. Both edges are now starting to find a home in opposing teams' backfield, getting sacks. It was Sheldon Bates who had come on. Earlier in the season, they were subbing him out against the pass rush, and it just wasn't working, so they put him back in, and he exploded with 6 sacks coming from the D tackle position, and now the edges are starting to catch up. So Tracy's going to come on. This trouble with the snap. It's blocked. And it's picked up by a linebacker, number 57, streaking downfield. Nobody's going to stop him. Jason McKnight, the backup right outside linebacker, scoops up the blocked field goal attempt and takes it to the house. So a defensive touchdown on a pick 6 and a special teams touchdown on a blocked kick. That's Virgil Hyde, the veteran, picked up from this Explorers team the career Columbus Explorer. They let him go, thinking he was done, he had nothing left, and he makes a huge play against his former team. And now the PAT from Wes McGuire, it's up and good, and all of a sudden it's a 3-point ball game with just under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. That is the kind of huge momentum-killing play that you need. Can the Sentinels capitalize? McGuire to kick it off. Lambert will be back deep to try to field it, but this one goes out of the end zone for a touchback. So starting off at the 25-yard line will be Houston Schneider, his 300 yards passing, and the rest of this Explorers offense, which has been true to form, playing like their life depends on it, and it does this year. A win could put them in the playoff hunt for sure. A loss diminishes that. There's a delayed handoff up the middle, and Costin able to weave his way up the middle for a gain of 5. Nice pickup. Empty backfield now, and shotgun for Schneider. He drops back, has time, and slings it out to number 86. That is Ellis again. And he's got a great target there. He's finding a home with Chester Ellis. 3rd and inches. Back to pass. Quick hitter, and it's picked off by LaMarcus Blades. His 2nd interception of the game, but he's down as soon as he catches it. His 5th interception of the season and 2nd of the game. So Blades, shades of Ed Reed here, a quarterback nightmare. Just everywhere you go, there he is. And he's going to his favorite man there, Ellis. And Blades just jumped it. keying in on Ellis too mmany times. Went to the well too often, and another huge play from the Sentinels defense. Great field position for the Sentinels, and the time is now. If they're going to score an offensive touchdown, it needs to come now. Bird, back to pass, has time. Has an open man, and it's batted away. It looks like Parrish McCarthy having trouble with number 24 over there, Jabal Malone. That is the second great play we've seen Malone make against Parrish McCarthy. Byrne back to pass again, has all kinds of time. Checks it down and batted at the line of scrimmage, but Dalton Triplett able to corral it in and take it upfield for 4 yards. So credit there to Dalton Triplett making something out of nothing. 3rd and 6, back to pass. Has time, throws it deep down the right side, and he's got his man, Perry Wood, making a sideline catch. A huge pickup for a first down. Again, a crucial 3rd down reception for Perry Wood, coming up big when it matters. So now they are not only inside the red zone, but they are inside the 10-yard line. Looking to score their first touchdown. Perry Wood, amazing receiver. Just truly gifted. There's a delayed handoff up the middle, and wiggling his way through the traffic is Dalton Triplett for a minimal gain of, I'll give him 4 yards. It's not so minimal. I'll take a 4-yard gain. And now there's a lead. Kenyon Tomlinson, the blocking fullback, and weaving his way through is Niles McKell, picking up 3 yards. 3rd and goal, 3 yards to go. They're going heavy package. Will they run it or do some trickery here? And they hand it off to Triplett. He breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and runs it in for a touchdown. Dalton Triplett, the speed back, bowling over 2 defenders to get his way into the end zone. He would not be denied. And that is what you need from your leaders on this team. Dalton Triplett has done it time and time again. And when they need him most, he steps up and delivers a touchdown. And this this Explorers defense left dumbfounded, tackling ghosts. Wes McGuire in for the PAT. It's up and good. It is now a 4-point lead for the Sentinels. Their first lead since they had the pick 6 early in the first quarter. This just goes to show you how quickly things can turn around. We had the blocked punt, then we had the second interception, and that led directly to this touchdown for the Sentinels. McGuire kicks it off. This one's probably going to go out of the end zone, and almost fielded by Lambert, who's going to down it for a touchback. The waning seconds of the 3rd quarter remain. There's plenty of time for a comeback, and with the kind of play that we've seen from this Columbus Explorers offense, you know, they're definitely not out of it by any stretch. Handoff up the middle. He's got some room. He'll pick up about 4 on that carry. Costin, 5 yards. Costin having a great game behind this offensive line, showing why he's so highly rated in the Rookie of the Year voting. And there is Schneider looking to go deep, but fires incomplete. Nobody home. 3rd and 5. A stop here would be tremendous. And he's going to pass it over the middle. Costin's going to sneak by for a first down before London Bates can make the tackle. So this drive will continue just. I'm going to give Denario Blanton for the tackle. It was both of them. They're going to share a tackle on that one. 2 linebackers, former fellow middle linebackers, but since they went to the 4-3, Blanton has moved out to the left side. And the 4th quarter begins with a 4-point lead for the Sentinels in Columbus, Ohio. A first down. And Schneider's got all day. The pass rush has to get here. Here comes Kendall, and he finally gets home. Kendall's 2nd sack of the game, and this offensive line is starting to have trouble with this Sentinels pass defense. That's 5 sacks on the day, 2 for Kendall, 1 for Hunt, and 2 for Madsen. And you have to think, Schneider is a gunslinger. He's just looking to check down deep somewhere. Extends the play, but sometimes it can be to your own detriment. We've seen Kiefer Byrne do that quite a bit earlier this season and in his career. But it's a 2nd and long 21. They go empty backfield. Back pass in, here comes the blitz. It's picked up, and Ellis makes the first man miss. Blades could not hold on, but Blanton was there to clean up the tackle. So gain of 4 on that play, 3rd and 17. Schneider back to pass, here comes Houston Madsen. Here comes the pass rush. Madsen brings him down. His 3rd sack of the game, just abusing the left tackle. Kevin Bradford cannot contain him. Madsen going off. He's now got 7 sacks on the season. That ties him for the lead again with Vernon Hunt. So a great play on defense, taking this drive off the table, pinning them way back in their own territory. Robert McAdams, who we haven't called on a lot, punts it away from about his own 7. Gets off a big one, wind-aided. Kerr with room ahead of him, spins away from the first tackler, but brought down by the second one, number 30, Darius Barnes, the quarterback. And here comes Kiefer Byrne. Doesn't have a lot of yards on the day, doesn't have a touchdown either. That first one went to Dalton Triplett on the 3-yard touchdown run. But had some big plays so far from Perry Wood. And they're going to go with the I formation. They try to fake him out. Donnell White does a great move after the catch, spinning away from the tackle to pick up a few. That's a dangerous pass. It could have been picked off, but it's 2nd and 6 now on a 4-yard pass play. There's a handoff for Triplett off left side, and he's not going to get anywhere. A sea of defenders there to stop him, and true to form, they're keeping Dalton Triplett in check for the yardage. They lose a yard. Looks like DJ Childress was in on the stop, the left outside linebacker. So 3rd and 7. Trips bunch to the right. All kinds of time, and over the middle, open and stopped just short of a first down. It looks like Dalton Triplett out of the backfield. And he's going to be 2 yards shy, and that's going to force a punt on 4th down. Let's see what they're trying to do, clear the underneath. It just didn't happen. Looks like Childress might have been on that stop as well. And that's number 77, Blake Wood, the left defensive end, getting downfield to make that tackle. And this special teams has been shaky. That snap is clean. And Parsons launches it deep, and streaking downfield to make the tackle is number 29, Virgil Hyde. On special teams, making his name known. He's like, I'm going to make the Explorers know I'm here. He blocked a kick earlier. And he makes a great special teams play to stop them from returning it and holding them within the 20-yard line to start off. Schneider back to pass. Here comes the rush. He's got time. Slings it out there deep. And number 89, Vondre Chancey, comes up with the reception for a first down. And this Orlando's Sentinels defense, which is normally very stingy against the pass, number 1 in the league to be exact, letting up a ton of yards today, nearly 400 through the air, and the game's not over yet. Reminds me of I'm going to do a John Madden here. How classic for a John Madden football game. Schneider delays the handoff. Costin trying to weave his way through the traffic, and it doesn't quite work out for him. A gain of 3. But Houston Schneider has got a little Brett Favre in him. Kind of reminds me of Brett Favre. Over the middle, deep, wide open. I'm trying to get the number. I can't see it. That looks like Costin out of the backfield, able to pick up a first down. But yeah, Schneider just slinging it all over the field, not afraid to throw interceptions, just chucking it. You live by the pass, you die by the pass, and it's leading to a whole bunch of yards 2 touchdowns, but also 2 costly turnovers. But give credit to Costin to come up with that catch and hold on through that traffic for a key first down, which now puts them in Sentinels territory at the 45. Schneider back to pass again, has time, and that's batted away. I'm going to say London Bates was on the coverage for that pass, makes it incomplete. 2nd and 8 now. Actually, did they get 2 yards on that play? So it wasn't batted away. He just made a great tackle. And there's over the middle and open and streaking downfield. But tackle, that's number 80. We're going to try to find out who that is for them. So we haven't called his name. That's Mac Murray, the 5th string wide receiver, making that catch. And he just runs a slant against the corner. Aaron Kershaw picked up a different receiver. That wasn't his man. But when you spread out the defense, that's the kind of thing that happens. It's working to perfection. So down now at the 27, threatening the red zone. And Schneider fires one out to the right side. Incomplete. 44 passes on the day. 371 yards. And he finds his man deep over to the right side of the field, number 81, Emmanuel Sharp. So they're inside the red zone now, threatening to score and take the lead again. There's a handoff up the middle. Vernon Hunt and others there to meet him in the backfield for no gain. The Sentinels going to look to try to stop this drive, maybe hold him to a field goal at best. And he's got some time all day. Here comes Kent Kendall up the middle. And once again, it's Kendall pushing his way through. 3rd sack of the game. And this interior line is where they're weak. Their center and guard combos, save for the left guard, who's one of the best in the game. Randy Ellis, is one of the best offensive linemen in the game. He's number 2 in the voting for Offensive Lineman of the Year. But their tackles are not that wonderful, and their center is not very good either. And you can see they're not holding up. Where are they getting the pressure? Right up the middle and off the edge. So the tackles and centers are getting exposed. And that is a good play. A great tempo play. Change of momentum for the Sentinels that backs them way up. Back out of the red zone. 3rd and 22. Schneider back to pass. Here comes the blitz. He gets rid of it. It's caught, but shy of a first down. Number 36, Darian Lambert, the special teams return man, getting some playing time due to the injury to Dunn, their number 2 running back. Makes a nice catch there. Marquis Wyrick stops him in his tracks as soon as he makes the reception. I think they go for it here. They could kick a field goal, make it a 1-point ball game, too. They're going to go conservative. They have plenty of time left. Riley's pretty much automatic. The kick is up, and it is a foregone conclusion. It's a 1-point ball game with just under 7 minutes to go here in Ohio. And this is one of the classic nail-biters that we've seen before the offensive explosion from the Sentinels. Kerr's going to down that in the end zone for a touchback. And can the Sentinels add to their lead? And if not, can this defense hold? The Explorers are going to look to hold this offense in check, get the ball back, and let Schneider go to work. And it's been effective for him so far. This is anybody's ball game. Wouldn't have it any other way. This is great action for the channel. Triplet, fake handoff. There's a penalty. It's caught by Perry Wood, who's going to streak downfield. One man to beat. Number 42 is going to catch him from behind and bring him down. That's Gerald Murdoch, but I think there's a holding penalty. Nope, ineligible downfield. Erases that play. C.J. Radovich, the left tackle, leaked out a little too far. And that's going to back him up 5 yards instead of being a huge play for Perry Wood. Unfortunate. Over the middle, Spellman gets it and nearly picks up the first down on that reception. So just under 200 yards for Kiefer Murray. Again, he hasn't had the ball that much. And when he does, he's just been not making a lot of passes. There's a handoff up the middle with plenty of room. Dalton Triplett picks up the first down and more. Good carry. Cutting off the left side behind his guard. And picked up the first down and more. Tackle made by Peters. And there's a handoff up the middle, and Triplett spins around, but isn't going to be able to get away from number 50, Bradley Peters. The middle linebacker making a nice play. 2nd and 9, another handoff up the middle, and stopped right there at the line of scrimmage is Tyson Carter. Looks like maybe a gain of 2 on that carry. Tackle made by Philip Moorhead, the number 2 linebacker and defensive player of the year. They get it to Spellman out in the flat, and he's not going to get much. Shy of the first down. And that's exactly what this Explorers defense was looking for. Give credit to number 42, Gerald Murdoch, the number 2 corner. Lots of speed. Able to close the gap in a hurry and stop him from getting a first down. Couldn't get his momentum going after the catch. Parsons going to attempt to get the snap and kick it away. We've seen some, and this one's bobbled, and that just manages to get it away. That could have been disaster. That punt goes into the end zone. He tried to get it to check up. They're going to start at their own 20 with just over 4 minutes to go in the ball game. They have all their timeouts, so plenty of time to put a drive together here. Who's going to break first? Will this Sentinels defense hold? Or will the Explorers explode? Schneider with all day to pass. Here comes Kent Kendall. He gets rid of it in the flat to number 89, Vernon Chansey. Gain of 4 on that play. He's going to be seeing Kent Kendall's in his nightmares tonight, regardless of whether they win or lose. Over the middle and wide open. That's number 89, Vondre Chansey again for a first down. Over 400 yards in the game. Not many times you can say that for a Sentinels defense, giving up 400 yards through the air. And these possession receivers just giving this secondary all kinds of trouble. The normally stout Sentinels defense against the pass. Not today. Back to pass. Has time. Scrambles around the pocket. Man deep. 1 man to beat. And whoa. What a play. Number 83, Gilbert Godfrey, almost made an amazing catch, but the coverage able to bat it away. It looks like Aaron Kershaw, the feisty defensive back, one of the best in the game, able to get away. He checks it out to Ellis in the right flat. And he'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. 3rd and 5. Sentinels looking to end this drive here. Explorers looking to extend it, and he's got time over the middle. It's caught by Ellis for a first down at midfield. 2-minute warning looming. They'll probably get one more play off before the 2-minute warning. And that's Ellis's 11th catch for 87 yards. Where's where's LaMarcus Blades? He wasn't in on that play. That's number 47. I think that's Stringer. It was. Andrew Stringer, the backup safety. Over the middle again. That's caught by number 82. Schneider's got another pass completed to Raphael Walker, another talented receiver with strong hands. Picked up 3 yards. They're in Sentinel territory with the 2-minute warning now expired. Schneider has all kinds of time, avoids the rush. Ellis comes up with the catch and dragged down by LaMarcus Blades. Looks like he's got a laser focus for Perry. I'm going to call it Perry Ellis. Perry Ellis, the fashion designer, is on. No, it's Chester Ellis, sorry. 3rd and 6 now. 1:40 to go as the Explorers took a timeout. There's a handoff up the middle. Got some blocking. Sheldon Bates. Nope, that's number 91. Kent Kendall making a stop on the run game. He's got 4 tackles, 3 of them are sacks. Not a bad day at the office. And that was Lambert on the carry. Not enough for a first down. They're going to try for a 60-yard field goal once again. We saw he nearly made one earlier in the game. This would give them a 2-point lead. It's up. He's got the distance, and no, just misses. With just under a minute to go, he misses a 60-yard field goal. It couldn't get much closer. And it looks like it was just off to the left. Yeah, he might have hit right off the end. Had he had the accuracy, that might have bounced right off the upright. Dalton Triplett having arguably one of his worst games of the season as far as yardage goes, but he does have a touchdown on the game. The Sentinels are going to take over at midfield, and you got to think they're not going to risk too much here. There's a delayed handoff up the middle, and Dalton Triplett's going to just weave his way forward for a couple. And as you expect, the Explorers take their second timeout. I don't know if they have enough time to make enough stops with their timeouts. They go jumbo I. They fake the handoff. And incomplete pass. Looks like he was going to Jordan Hicks, the backup left tackle. We saw them do that in the end zone last week. Didn't work here. And with 47 seconds left, they're going to do another fake play. And going deep. And hauled in by Mark Spellman deep, catching the defense sleeping. And I don't agree with this. You got to run out the clock and not risk a incomplete pass. But that is enough for a first down, and they can now go into victory formation and kill the clock. That's going to be enough to do it. Here in Columbus, Ohio. 3, 2, 1. And they'll down this one again just to make sure they don't get a clock violation. And there you have it. An exciting one here in Columbus, Ohio. The Orlando Sentinels sneak out with a 1-point victory. They'll take it. As the offense kind of sputtered, the defense let up a bunch of yards. But the 3 turnovers, there is the flavor of the game, the turnover column. 3 takeaways for the Sentinels, none for the Explorers, who are usually exceptional at doing that. What a game. This was down to the wire. Mitchell Stanley, the rookie head coach, falls to 6-7, as does his team in his first season, taking over a talented roster. My goodness. 431 yards through the air and only 197 for Byrne. But he didn't really have the ball that much, did he? So let's take a look at some numbers here. Schneider, 42 of 53, 431 yards, a 79% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. Kiefer Byrne, a pedestrian day, 21 of 30, 197 yards, 70% completion, no touchdowns, but no interceptions, so he managed the game well. But this is the thing that we've seen when a defense is able to stop Dalton Triplett. We're going to look at that in a second. Kiefer Byrne hasn't really stepped up a whole lot. If it had not been for the special teams and defense today getting touchdowns, this game would have been over. Juwan Costin, 21 carries for 75 yards. We saw him break out a couple of good runs. Dalton Triplett, 19 for 63, one of his worst stat lines, but he did get that 3-yard touchdown where he broke 2 tackles and forced his way in the end zone, and that ended up being a pivotal play. Taylor Dunn checked into the game for a few carries and then left the game early with a leg injury. We'll see if we can get an update on him. Kiefer Byrne, that's 2 for -2 on the 2 kneel downs. Lambert checked in for 2 carries. Tyson Kerr got 2 carries for not much. Niles McKell got a carry. And Perry Wood on that trickery play that didn't quite work. On the receiving end, boy, the Explorers are going to have a big day here. 12 catches for 88 yards and a touchdown for Chester Ellis. Vondre Chancey, 9 catches, 113 yards and a touchdown. Gilbert Godfrey, 5 for 83. Emmanuel Sharp, 5 for 49. Juwan Costin out of the backfield, 5 for 56. Big day through the air for this Explorers team. The Sentinels counter. Mark Spellman, 8 for 80, one of his big days, and he continues to be a main cog in this offense. Dalton Triplett got 6 checkdowns for 21 yards. Perry Wood held to only 2 catches for 51 yards, but he had that other huge one that was called back on a penalty by C.J. Radovich, getting downfield a little too deep. Donnell White, 2 for 16. Parrish McCarthy, 2 for 16. We saw him make 2 drops. So one was counted as a drop, the other one as a pass defended. But they were both first down catches that he got his hands on, and he dropped it. We saw Terrence Durham, the former fullback, checking in as a third-string tight end, catching a 13-yard pass. And we saw John Hicks. They bring him in the jumbo package and goal line and short yardage as an extra blocker at tight end. But they do a trick play to him, and last week he caught one for a touchdown. This time they tried to pick up a few yards, and it didn't work because he's not really a receiver. Sacks allowed: Dalton Triplett 1, Spellman with 1, and 1 on the left tackle, Radovich. Defense: London Bates. We don't see him at the top of the leaderboard in tackles that much anymore, but today he was on point. 14 tackles, 1 for a loss. Let's see if he had a pass defender. He did not. Normally he's batting away passes too. Marquis Wyrick and Denario Blanton both with 11 tackles, 1 for a loss for Blanton. Well, Marcus Blades had a huge game today. 10 tackles, 1 for a loss, 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown, and both were crucial plays. Obviously, the one directly led to points on the pick 6, and the other one led to a touchdown as well. Aaron Kershaw, 9 tackles. He was all over the field. Houston Madsen, 8 tackles, 2 for a loss, 3 sacks. Nate Youngblood, 8 tackles, 1 for a loss. Vernon Hunt, 6 tackles, 2 for a loss, and a sack. Kent Kendall, 4 tackles, 3 sacks. And he does not play every down. He is a substitutional pass rusher. But boy, did he come on fire today against the interior of the offensive line. Andrew Stringer and Zaire Witherspoon, 2 backup players and special teams player with 4 tackles apiece. Baber, 3 tackles, 1 for a loss. Cleveland and Sheldon Bates, 2 tackles apiece. Hyde, Lamb, and Stewart, all with 1 tackle. Sean, 1 for a loss. In the kicking game, Wes McGuire, perfect on the field goals and the extra points, and that's not something we can always say, especially because of this snapping situation that we're going to have to get a handle on for sure. Spencer Parsons, 9 punts. He was busy today, 389 yards. Had some trouble today. He had that 1 block because of the bad snap. He had 3 inside the 20, but 3 touchbacks, and then he had the other couple of kicks that kind of went off the side of his foot, and the wind maybe got a hold of him. Didn't look good. Tyson Kerr, 3 kick returns for 66 yards, 2 punts for 6 yards. Let's take a look at the Explorers. Take a look at their blocking, and you can see left tackle Kevin Bradford let up 2 sacks. Ellis, the star left guard, let up 1. Buck Heron, the center, let up 1. Travis Johnson let up 1, and that's the right guard there. Jamon Wooden let up 2. So this normally pretty good offensive line as a whole just got demolished today. Even Randy Ellis let up a rare sack. Defensively speaking, they're going to have a lot of sacks too. Jason Skandrick was all over the field, 8 tackles for 2 for a loss. Denario Swiney extends his lead, now has 14.5 sacks with the 2 that he got today, 6 tackles, 2 for a loss. We called Vince Burgess' name a couple of times today with 6 tackles on the game, along with Philip Moorhead, also a tackle for a loss, and Chris Windsor chipped in 6 tackles. Gerald Murdoch, 5 tackles. Peters and Wright also with 5. Murdoch, 1 for a loss. And Jamal Malone, 1 for a loss. Bradley Peters chipped in a sack. Randall Everett, the other star pass rusher, 3 tackles, 1 for a loss. We have Luke Gibson, the defensive tackle, 4 tackles, but 3 for a loss. This run defense held up. DJ Childress, 1 tackle, 1 for a loss, along with Desmond Ball. And then we have Barnes, Underwood, Murray, and Woods, all with 1 tackle. No interceptions today, which was key. No turnovers from this Orlando Sentinels. Jamal Malone and Terrell Wright with pass deflections. Let's see who blocked that kick. Should have a block column. There it is. It was Terrell Wright, the free safety. That's what I thought. Kicking, Riley Tracy tried a lot of deep kicks that were not successful. You see, he made 1 from 51 yards, but then he tried 2 from 60 yards that just fell short. He was close on both of them, so give him credit. Strong leg with good accuracy, but he just came up short, especially in this wind. That's pretty spectacular. Robert McAdams didn't get a lot of opportunities to punt the ball away. 3 for 163, a long of 66. The kick return game, Lambert 1 for 20, and that was it. Ball found the end zone a lot, and Skandrick had 2 punt returns for no yards, so the special teams for the Sentinels continues to be strong. We did have some blocked kicks on our team, so I want to see who got credit for those. I know one of them was Virgil Hyde, and I think we had another one, didn't we? Nope, just the one from Virgil Hyde. The other one, well, that's right, we had 2 interceptions from good old Marcus Blades, who is, he's going to be zooming up the charts for Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Back of the Year, another Pro Bowl bid. He's just having a fantastic season. You can see he's got 10 tackles, so he's not just a drop back and cover safety that's afraid of contact. He crashes down on the run game, too. So just a fantastic game. Again, I meant to say this earlier, and I didn't, so I'm going to kick myself, but I did it in the previous video, so I'll try to make sure I do this the next game. But these last few weeks, you guys have been really, really showing out for me. I've gotten a couple of new subscribers today. That's not usual for me, as I only makes my total a grand total of 53. But hey, or 54 now, I think. So I want to thank you guys for that. I want to take special notes to some guys that have made some comments to me. Dakota, glad to hear from you again. Glad you're still tuning in there. He's my #1 Orlando Sentinels fan. He's the first guy that started making posts and falling in love with this team and what we're doing here. Beta Bros, thank you so much. I've just recently met with him. He was on Twitter. I found him there, I think, and followed him. And we got Chip Masters. Thank you, Chip. He's been chipping in on the comment section. And Rapid Fire Gaming left a comment on my last video, the one that was the interview with Keeper Byrne. He really liked it and said he wanted to check out some of the game action and that he was going to binge watch the 2 seasons of football that we have so far. So good luck with that, because each game day video is about an hour and a half long or more. Then we have all the other content that I put in there. So special shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. It really feels good to have some people sharing their interest, and hopefully a lot more of our followers will chip in, because as I said, I don't have a huge channel. I got now 54 subscribers, but over 60% of you are coming back and watching this content over and following me over again. Just chip in every once in a while. Just take a couple seconds, add a like, or just drop a hi in the comment. Tell me how you're doing, because YouTube, if this thing's going to get more promotion through YouTube, it's going to come through interactions. Not necessarily how many people view it, but likes, dislikes, comments are the way that seems to be the meta now for YouTube. If it wasn't before, it definitely is now. So thank you again. I really, really appreciate that. I'm going to try to start a video off with that next time. If I didn't do it this time, like I said, I'm going to kick myself afterwards. I think I forgot. It was on the top of my head, but my head is not what it used to be now that I'm getting old and moldy. I'm not quite the Professor old, but I'm getting there. Oh my. Alright, so I'm going to leave this running for a second here because I want to get a screen capture for the thumbnail. 6 wins in a row for the Orlando Sentinels, and this one almost didn't happen. Good grief, the Columbus Explorers play us tough. They fall to 6-7, depending on, I mean, they can win out, maybe go 9-7, but depending on what the Sentinels do, they move to 10-3 now. The Sentinels would have to lose all 3 the rest of the games in order for there to be a tie, and the Explorers here would have to win all 3, win out. It's possible. We also had, was it the Huskies? It's not the Huskies, was it? I think it was the Huskies at 6-6 as well in our division. So it depends on what they did in their game. See who turns up in the standings. If they both lost, well then that's a even bigger lead for the Sentinels. We'll check that out next episode. I'm going to go ahead and end it here because I'm sure this is going on 2 hours here. Boy, what a game to call. I thought for sure after I saw how the second and third quarters were going, these Sentinels are not going to pull it out, but never lose faith, I guess. The Sentinels defense and special teams bailing out the offense, who really didn't do a great job today. I mean, they weren't terrible. It's just this Columbus Explorers team was just mauling us. But the turnovers proved to be the key to the game, and thankfully so. So you all take care. We'll see you here next time on Ben's Corner with more of this Orlando Sentinel season. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. You all take care now. We'll see you next time real soon. Like I said, I'm going to try now, I think, at least one game during the week. One episode per week of a game day, and then maybe something else that's what I call a house cleaning episode. Just checking on stats and rankings, maybe the award winners, the awards race. Excuse me, I'm starting to lose my voice because I've done a lot of vocal work today. So I gotta end this soon. Yeah, so, and maybe we'll have another player interview, or maybe we'll hear from Coach Shaq Hennessey. I mean, a 6-game winning streak at the end of the season like this is huge. It's what's propelling them to the playoffs once again for the second year in a row since he's been the head coach. So, great success. Whatever he's doing, it's working. He's not afraid to tinker and tweak things just to get exactly what he wants. So, thanks again, and goodbye for now. Take care, everybody.